You there! Where did you come from?
What are you talking about? I've never met you. You're right. I was. How could you have possibly known that? Is that some kind of sorcerer? Well, I don't want any trouble. Let me get out of your way. Let's forget this happened, shall we?
Oh, bro, I've been meaning to ask you. Do you think it would break the dwarves' law if I...
Yes. Whatever you were thinking of doing, yes. If you have to ask whether something will break the dwarves' law, it probably will.
Oh, I bet you're a hit at parties. Speaking of which, will we see you at the tavern tonight?
Absolutely not. Same as always. Goodbye, Rastasia. And please, stay out of trouble.
Welcome, newcomer. I trust you've spoken with the Jarl already? Only the finest clothes in town. See you again soon, I hope.
Wait, are you wearing... Strange. You're wearing the same armor as me. I mean, it's exactly the same. Uh-huh.
There's a face I don't recognize. Welcome to my city. I'm Jarl Metellus. Tell me, what is your name? It's always exciting to meet a new member of our small community. Now, before I forget, since you're here for good, you'll need some quarters. Here's a key to the last vacant chambers down in the city, between Brawl and Lukey. It's all yours. Now tell me, what brings you to my city? I sent you here. I'm not sure what you mean. Well, let's see. This is my handwriting. The victims of an unspeakable atrocity. I will open a portal that will take you into the past. You must go back. This is real, isn't it? I've even toyed with the idea of creating a portal between 2 points in time, with Brawl's help. But that's odd. My letter makes no mention of what caused the disaster. I suppose I was in a hurry. So tell me, what's going to happen to us? So the dwarves' law is real, after all, just as we always suspected. But you know who broke it? Who was the culprit? Ah, that is a shame. Well, let's see. Do you think you could do me a favor? I need you to investigate the city, talk to my people, help them, if it'll win their trust. You can even go through their possessions, if you have to. You must work out who is going to break the dwarves' law. Once you have a name, come back and tell me immediately. As Jarl, I authorize you to go anywhere you need to go, including private homes. But if someone asks you to leave, you should do so immediately. I can't promise either of those things, but I will certainly do everything within my power to help you once you've helped my people. And of course, if you decide to stay, I would make sure you enjoy a comfortable life here. Now what do you say? Will you help me? Thank you. Now, you mustn't tell anybody where you're from or what may be about to happen here. People do foolish things when they panic. If it helps you, you're welcome to borrow the book on my desk. It contains the names and addresses of my subjects. Just don't show it to anyone. Goodbye for now, and good luck. I don't need to tell you what will happen if you fail.
There's a looter coming into the city. I saw a man come down the shaft, but he was armed and he looked like a looter. If he makes it into the city and starts attacking people, he'll break the dwarves' law, and who knows what will happen. You have to stop him. Everybody, go home and lock your doors.
Now ain't this a surprise? Go ahead, try and fight back.
You picked a bad time to get lost, friend.
Is it over? Is it safe? Oh, thank the gods. What a relief. We're so lucky that you arrived in time to stop them. I'll be sure to tell everyone what you've done for us. Thank you so much. If there's ever anything my husband Tabik and I can do to help you, just ask. Quintus? No, there's no one by that name here. But if you're looking for an Imperial, I'd check the Citadel. That place is crawling with Imperials. Nice to talk to you. See you soon.
Nice armor. Not my style, but impressive nonetheless. Quintus, my name is Marius. You must have the wrong person. And perhaps you're not as stupid as you look. Well done, you found me. Now, what do you want? My family? Ha! The Dark Brotherhood likes to use terms like family, but they don't know the meaning of the word. They're still holding a grudge because I left them, you see. They don't like it when people leave them. It makes them look ineffectual. Say, do you happen to know whether anyone else knows I'm here? That is excellent news. Hopefully it will be the last we hear of them. Now, what's it going to take for you to keep this quiet, Oh, you grubby skeever. Fine, here are your coins. Just keep your mouth shut, would you?
Hey, I hear you dealt with those looters swiftly. Great work. Foods, potions, all sorts of things. Come back soon. What can I do for you, my friend? Foods, potions, all sorts of things. Come back soon! Look, I haven't done anything wrong, if that's what you're thinking. It's not as if I'm a vampire or a necromancer or anything. Somebody just has a problem with my preference for male company. Nothing gets by you, does it? Sorry, that was mean of me. Yes, I like men. And when you grow up in Windhelm like I did, you expect a bit of hostility. I saw enough friends attacked and driven away by angry Nords to know the cost of not keeping your personal affairs to yourself. So I hid who I was for... what was it? 20 years? Living in the barracks with a dozen other guardsmen, watching what I said and where I looked. But that kind of fear eats away at you slowly, until living isn't any better than the thing you were afraid of. And that's when I came clean. Needless to say, since I'm now living underground on the opposite corner of Skyrim, my openness didn't go well among the Nords of Windhelm. But at least down here, I get to be who I am. Or, at least, I thought that was the case. Perhaps I was wrong. No, I don't. I keep my personal affairs to myself, and I've never really been interested in any of the men here. Not my type. It wouldn't usually bother me. I have a thick skin, and I can handle myself in a fight better than most. But if these threats keep getting worse, eventually my secret admirer is going to get violent and break the dwarves' laws. Rikus? The big, crazy Nord who walks around with his weapon drawn? Of all the people it could have been, he's the most terrifying. Oh, alright. Well, see what you can do. I think it would only inflame things if I speak of him myself. Well, come on back any time you like.
What do you want? Yeah? So what? What are you gonna do about it? And why should I? Do you know what he is? His presence here is going to break the dwarves' law and get us all killed. Well, I don't know. Maybe they haven't worked it out yet. But when they do, we're going to have a problem. Well, I wouldn't get so angry if it wasn't so... you know. Well, I suppose I can try to ignore it, but I don't like it. Alright, fine. I'll leave him alone. But only if I never have to listen to your yapping ever again.
Hey, you're the one who killed all those bandits, aren't you?
Gods, what a nightmare that must have been. What do you want with me? All right. See you around.
Look, friend, you've outstayed your welcome here. What can I do for you, my friend? What about him? Why? What did you do? I'm not sure who I'm more impressed with. You for talking down that maniac, or for him for listening to you. But thank you. You did great. Hey, I have something I'd like to give to you. It's not much, considering what you've done for me, but I hope you like it. It's a ring I've been carrying around forever. I think it might have some magical properties. Maybe you can get some use out of it. Well, come on back anytime you like. Hey, what?
You there. Come over here. I'm beyond help. The potions do nothing. And I don't have much time. I just need to tell you something. Stendar, he plants these images in my head. He shows me secrets. Made me come here. Something terrifying. Deep in the earth beneath the city. Powerful. And evil. I went down into the tunnels to destroy it. But the energy, it seeps into your bones. Please. Please, you must find a way to get down there. And finish what I...
what interesting armor you're wearing. Brilliant. What did you find in there? How terrible. But not unexpected. Narnabis was a reckless fellow. But did you discover something about the Dwarf's Law? Some relic or text? Farewell. Come back if you think of any questions. Hello, neighbor. I understand we have you to thank for dispensing with some would-be looters. So, thank you. Farewell. Come back if you think of any questions.
Oh, a new person. Well, welcome to our city. Or whatever it is the Jarl tells us to say. Just a small selection of potions. Ingredients are in short supply here. Happy to buy yours if you have any. Fine, just walk away.
Hello, neighbor. Would you like to hear about my research? Ah, yes. Most dwarven armor you see these days is quite badly worn. But this piece is still perfect, after thousands of years. It also seems to have some magical properties. It should protect you from the harmful energy down in the tunnels below the city. It all but killed Brandis when he went down there. But he didn't have a full set. If you can get down there safely, let me know what you discover. Very well. Come back if you think of any questions about something you discover.
Oh, hello. I wasn't following you. Oh, I wasn't. I'm sorry. I told a fib. But please don't tell anyone. I don't want to get into trouble again. It's just... Sorry about that. I heard you help lots of people here, and I was hoping you might help me find something very valuable. Well, my brother told me before he died that he had left me something very precious in a secret chest. He hid it away just for me. I've asked the others for help, but they don't help me. The Jarl even wrote me this letter, but I'm not very good with words. Here, do you think you could read it for me? Tell me what it says. Well, what does it say? You did? Oh, thank you. What does it say? What? No, that can't be right. My brother, he told me. He told me he left me a fortune. He wouldn't lie to me. Why would he lie to me? You'll help me, won't you? You'll help me find it, please. Thank you. All I know is that it's hiding somewhere in the city. And you need this rusty key. My brother gave it to me to unlock it. Bye-bye. Oh, hello. Yes, what about it? You did? What was in it? A key? Harrison left me a key. I'm confused. It was supposed to be something valuable, but it's just a key. what do we do with the key? Oh, all right. Maybe there's a treasure in there. A big pile of gold coins and gemstones. Maybe you could even share some of it with me.
Can I help you with something? I don't see why I should share it with you. See you later. I said, get out.
What can I do for you, my friend? Well, come on back anytime you like.
We can talk, but be quick. Domitus could be back any second. Alright, but we never had this chat, okay?
Can I help you with something? See you later.
been waiting for you, Dovahkiin. Of course, to me, your memories are an open tome. To begin with, I know you are the leader of the band of murderers called the Dark Brotherhood. And I know you are a brazen thief, compulsively stealing from your own kind, without remorse or restraint. I know the blood of the beast flows in your veins. I also know you have come from the future. And why is that? Is your desire for power so great that you would break even the laws of time for it? It makes no difference. You will not take it from me. You would not be so foolish as to break my law. I mean, my law. I made it because your kind would be incapable of order, of peace, without it. That makes me the Arbiter. I am also the founder. I discovered this site millennia ago, and the deposit of Ethereum beneath us. I laid the foundations, and I watched my children grow and learn and use the Ethereum to create marvels, technological wonders. But they grew quarrelsome and used their knowledge to create weapons to use against their own kind, and worse, their own father. So I confiscated their weapons and declared my law that each and every one of my children would live in perfect order, or they would not live at all. And here I am, millennia later, still waiting for children worthy of this city. And for my patience, it seems my reward is a visit from you, Dovahkiin. Well, why have you traveled through time to come here? What is it you seek? If only you could read my memories, as I read yours. Very well. Ask your questions. You flock here, your kind, like moths to a flame, driven by greed and the lust for power. You are warned about my law, and when you disobey, and you always disobey, you force my hand, bringing death upon yourselves. So you ask if I am the one killing your kind, and I say no, you kill yourselves. I am merely the means by which you do it. "2,000 years in your terms, but time is different down here. I count time in waves, generations, civilizations. You and your kind up above are number 322. wish to be ageless, like me. In truth, time passes differently in here. It would take an eternity just to explain it to you. It is not my place to reveal that secret to you, Dovahkiin. But when they moved on from this world, I was left behind. You see, the energy that has sustained me all this time, it anchored me here. I could not leave this place if I wanted to. So I see. Now, state your purpose here. Your words are tainted by your sins, Dovahkiin. Yet, I acknowledge your heroic deeds too, Slayer of the World Eater. Very well, I will listen. Choose your next words carefully, Dovahkiin. What is it that you made worse? You admit to breaking my law. In the future, at least this explains why you traveled back in time. I warn you, tread carefully. Everything I have done here, everything I have done, has been, I thought that if I could create peace here, create order, that I could prove to the world that such a thing is possible, and they might follow. When the first of your kind disobeyed my law, I was disappointed. But I thought, if I was patient, the next wave might fare better. But that wave met the same fate, and the next wave after that. They betrayed me, and I had no choice but to wipe the slate clean. But the more I failed, the more firmly I had to believe that I would be vindicated one day. But I have suspected for a long time that day would never come. And now I see it never will. There is no place for peace and order in this world. I will stop. From this point forward, your kind will be free to live how they choose, in whatever chaos and squalor they create for themselves. I will destroy this Ethereum to ensure your kind can never exploit it, and you may all return to the world of man, should you wish. But I warn you, Dovahkiin, making these changes will create a paradox in time. The events that brought you here will never have taken place. What will become of you is difficult to predict, but that is the risk you have taken by interfering with the past. Now, are you ready? ride over, Keen.
Hey! You startled me there. Wait. I know you. You're... No, that can't be right. For a moment there I thought you were... You know, the one the statue was meant to honor. Cassia! Oh, I completely forgot! I asked her to wait for me at the top of the lift and... I guess I got so tied up in this place that I lost track of time. I'd better head back up and let her know I'm alright. Hey, do you want to come with me? We can chat along the way. Great. Follow me. Let's run back up, shall we? Don't want to keep my sister waiting any longer. So, you're probably wondering what I've been doing down here. I guess it's been, what, a few days? I'll be honest. I came down here looking for a haul I could unload on the next merchant I met. I just wasn't expecting to find a thriving city, and the history of this place is amazing. Did you know that up until about 7 years ago, they had what they called the Dwarves' Law? There were inscriptions warning that if one person committed a crime, everyone else would pay for it. But they were all trapped in the city with no way out, so they lived in fear that someone would break the law and get them all killed. Then, one day, a strange man appeared in the city out of nowhere. They say he just walked out of the lake house, like he owned the place, and he wore this spectacular dwarven armor. A lot like the armor you're wearing now, actually. And a few people saw him walk into this quarry, into a field of deadly radiation. Like it was nothing. Like it hadn't killed people before him. And then, the ground started shaking, and golden statues were collapsing, and inscriptions were crumbling all over the city, all at the same time. And the sun under the ground, which used to light up the entire cavern, bursts into flame and explodes. And strangest of all, the cavern roof opens up like the petals of a flower, and there's real sunlight for the first time in thousands of years. So of course, people start wondering, did he just walk down here and single-handedly dismantle whatever was keeping the Dwarves' Law going? Who was he? Was he still alive? So Bro, the local scholar, goes down into the quarry to take a look. But now the whole place is empty. But all the way at the bottom, sitting alone in the darkness, is a statue of the stranger. Oddest tale I ever heard.
Yeah, is there something you want? So, you heard about that, did you? Well, I went back to Markarth for a bit, but there's no there for me. So I wound up back here. Still getting used to the new Jarl, but Gulver's an alright sort. Got everybody working now, which is fair. At least I get a good night's sleep.
Hey, I recognize you. You're the one who ruined this place 7 years ago. I work in a bloody quarry now, thanks to you. came here to gloat, did you? Well, go on. Look at me. Working the mines like a peasant. And did you hear Saphira left me at the first chance she got? Is that what you wanted to hear? Are you happy now? Get lost. You sicken me.
You're the one from the statue. I've been well, thank you very much. As a matter of fact, I went back to Solitude to rejoin the Imperial Legion not long after the city opened up. Believe it or not, I completed 3 tours of duty, but then I took an arrow to the... well, to cut a long story short, they made me retire. So I came back here. Best city in all of Skyrim, if you ask me, now that bloody dwarf's law is gone. You deserve a medal for what you did. But this'll have to do. Here, take this. A small token of my appreciation. You'll always be welcome here.
Welcome back. You've been gone a long time. Well, let's see. That was 7 years ago? A lot has changed since then. For the better. I'm married to Gulvar now. Sorry, that's Jarl Gulvar. He still talks about you. And how he saw you come out of the old Jarl's lake house. You gave him a real fright, though he wouldn't have showed it. I know he'd be happy to see you again. You should go and say hello, if you haven't already.
Ah, you've returned. How long has it been? 7 years. You're the one who brought about the end of the Dwarves' Law. Thank you. Wonderful, actually. Gaia and I are still researching this place, of course. But now we get to share our research with the outside world. But I must ask, what happened down there, under the city? What did you do? You convinced him, you say? Well, if it is as you say, you must be terrifyingly persuasive. I only wish I could have been there to see it. I can see that you have somewhere else to be. But perhaps one day when you have the time, you'll let me record your story in my journal for posterity.
Hello there. Wait. Are you who I think you are? Much better, thanks. This place has really turned around. Miranda and I were finally able to have another son. He's probably around here, somewhere. And now that the city has opened up, we have a bit of trade. So the store is doing much better too. And if you really are who I think you are, then I have to thank you for it. So, thank you. You did a great thing. For all of us. Only the finest clothes in town. Only the finest clothes in town. See you again soon, I hope.
Have we met? Better, thank you. You know, all that time I was looking after Brandis, I remember him telling me about the ancient evil under the earth. I really thought he was mad, but I guess he was right after all. Well, I'm glad you were able to finish what he started, whatever you did down there. So, on behalf of Brandis and Leandris, thank you. I like to think their souls are at rest now.
Hey, you look kind of familiar. Well, business has picked up now that we occasionally get visitors from the outside world, but nobody seems to want to buy my elixirs anymore. The best wares for you, my friend. Until next time.
Oh, it's you. I didn't think we'd see you again. I'm getting older, I'm afraid, but Mara watches over me. Which reminds me, did I ever tell you about the light of the goddess Mara? Yes, of course, dear. Don't worry, I get that reaction a lot. Perhaps I'll see you later.
Hey, it's been a long time between drinks. You really set the rumor mill spinning last time you were here. Take a good look. See anything you like? I've been great, especially after that pig Metellus got what was coming to him. Did you hear Ulrin and Maisie left together not long afterwards? Can't say I blame them. If I were Maisie locked up in the Jarl's secret prison like that, I'd be wanting to get far away from here too. And Marius, that creepy Imperial, turned out to be a member of the Dark Brotherhood named Quintus. But he slithered away without causing any trouble. Other than that, we're all a little older and wiser. But you don't look like you've aged a day in the last 7 years. You must tell me your secret over a mug of fine moonshine one day. Oh, so soon? Well, you know where to find me, honey.
Oh, hello. Do you like my fancy new clothes? You mean, after the sky opened up, and the old Jarl died, and we got a new Jarl. Jarl Gulva is nice. He gave me a house and these new clothes. Okay, bye-bye.
Hey, I know who you are. It's wonderful to see you again. Oh, you wouldn't believe what a difference it's made. Habik and I finally felt safe enough to have another son. His name's Malik and he's 6. He's just discovered his love for running. And fortunately, running isn't something Habik and I have to do anymore. We're safe here. I have no idea what you did to bring an end to the dwarves' law, but whatever it was, thank you so much. We'll never forget you.
What do you want? Better, now that I know I'm not being watched anymore. Still, someone has to protect this place, and that someone is me. So you might have taken down some old dwarves or whatever. But if you start any trouble here, you're going to find yourself toe-to-toe with me.
Oh, it's you. I didn't think we'd ever see you again. Oh, so much better. And thank you for whatever you did down there under the city. You know what? I don't even want to know. Everyone's a bit more relaxed, including poor old Rikus. He and I are... well, we're seeing each other. Turns out, he's a beautiful man once you get to know him. You know, well, it's great to see you again. I know you'll be off on your next adventure soon. Still, you'll always be welcome here, my friend. Well, come on back anytime you like.
Wait, aren't you? Yes, it is you. You came back after all this time. Great. Braun and I are still working together toward a better understanding of the dwarves. But personally, I think the greatest mystery in this place is you. I mean, you showed up 7 years ago out of the lake house and charged down into the tunnels like a knight in shining armor. Then, the city transforms around us, and you're just gone. So I have to ask, where have you been all this time? You're a time traveler? Incredible! I suppose that explains your sudden appearance as well. Well, I won't take up any more of your time. I have to write all this down. Now, where did I leave my research note?
Need something?
Disrespect the law and you disrespect me.
Hey there. I've been great! I mean, my father was overthrown not long after that, when Ulrin discovered he was keeping Macy chained up in his locked room. Ulrin dragged him down to the city and executed him in front of everyone. Horrible business. But now, I'm free to wander Skyrim as I please. Of course, I don't, because it's just awful out there. Nords everywhere. I prefer it down here.
Hi there. Do I know you? Better. Mostly. Problem is, I know I can get skooma now, so I have to keep myself from heading up to the surface. But life's better in the Citadel without that old bastard Metellus. I get to make food for the whole city now, so nobody's going hungry anymore. Alright. See you later.
That's some beautiful armor you've got there. Much better than the battered old dwarven stuff I usually see. See you again soon, I hope.
Is that fur coming out of your ears?
Hello? Is someone there? Have you brought me something to eat?
I remember you. You're back. After all this time. Can't complain, my friend. You know, not long after they executed Metellus, turns out he was behind Macy's disappearance. They made me Jarl. It was a bit of a shock, to be honest. But I guess they wanted someone who wasn't at all like Metellus. Jarl Galvar. Still sounds strange to me. And I guess I have you to thank for it. If you hadn't freed us from the dwarves' laws, Ulrin could never have overthrown Metellus. So, thanks. I imagine you'll be moving on soon, but you'll always be welcome here. We even kept your chambers exactly as you left them.
That's some beautiful armor you've got there. Much better than the battered old dwarven stuff I usually see. Only the finest clothes in town. See you again soon, I hope. Only the finest clothes in town. See you again soon, I hope.
You have many things I wish to buy. Haggling with you can be so entertaining. I do so love. You have many things I wish to buy. Haggling with you can be so entertaining.
I do so love dealing with mortals.
Hey, is that armor what I think it is? Nice to talk to you. See you soon. Odds you're all right. Kept you so long.
I know. Sorry, Cass. I lost track of time again. It's just that this city is so amazing. You have to come down with me and see it for yourself. I promise. It's perfectly safe.
Well, all right. But first, let me thank our friend. Thank you so much for bringing him back in one piece. I really thought I lost him. I can't thank you enough. Now, I promised you a reward. This is something I always carry with me, and it's become very dear to me. I'd like you to have it. Thanks again. My brother and I are in your debt.